On Monday, just this week, we told you about how the insane measures to control speech online in the UK were very quickly coming to the rest of the world, including the United States. We told you about age assurance, a term everyone should take the time to learn about because this term and this technology is the beginning of the end of any freedom we have left as human beings. So following our timely report on Monday, YouTube yesterday announced that they will begin using AI to monitor user behavior and psychology to determine whether viewers in the US are over or under the age of 18. And you can see the announcement from YouTube there. We're going to use AI to interpret a variety of signals, types of videos a user is searching for, the categories of videos they've watched, or the longevity of the account. If the system incorrectly estimates a user to be under 18, they will have the option to verify that they are 18 or over, such as using a credit card or a government ID. So we will just very briefly explain that the excuse that we saw Keir Starmer give in front of President Trump is the same excuse that Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has used for the social media age verification scam. This is about protecting children from content that promotes self-harm. The Australian government, who is paying expectant mothers to abort their children, suddenly cares about children? No, we don't think so. This is the sell they use as the excuse to get every single adult to consent to having their identity linked to their online activity. It's also how they get around the First Amendment, by the way. They're not stopping you from utilizing free speech. You just have to meet conditions in order to do so. Now, before everyone says, well, we will just stop using YouTube. If we wisely look to countries like Australia and the UK for the precedent, which literally reached the shores of the United States in less than 24 hours of our report, we will see that this extends far beyond just YouTube. Here is Australian Senator Malcolm Roberts revealing that as of December 2025, Australians will be required to ID in order to use Apple and Google Maps, giving government real-time location tracking as well as live user verification via camera for access. Take a listen to what he has to say. This is an important video, so we're going to play a large portion of it.
The code is designed to regulate the search industry to stop children accessing harmful material, including online pornography and material showing high impact violence or self-harm. That's a worthy cause, yet with dangerous implications. To achieve this, every search engine must include robust age verification. In practice, this brings search engines and similar sites under the purview of the Identity Verification Services Act and the Social Media Minimum Age Bill. Legislation that was passed for social media and is now being extended to internet search without further reference to Parliament or any justification for doing so. Google or Bing search, as well as sites like TinEye, stock photo sites, YouTube, Vimeo, Rumble and bizarrely Google Maps and Apple Maps will now require proof of age for every user. A trial of age verification software last year actually failed. It wasn't possible to tell age accurately. It can detect that someone is a child, yet not whether they are 15 or 16, making the technology pointless. The only way to establish age is with biometric data, a face scan with photo ID. As I've already spoken about, age verification for holding an account does not work without continuous facial scanning to ensure the person who signed into the browser is still the person using it. If the search engine detects a face it does not recognise, again through continuous scanning, search engines must show only child-friendly material. This ensures every person will need to provide biometric data to access one of these services or only see the child-friendly results. So I'll say that again. This ensures every person will need to provide biometric data to access one of these services. These extreme measures have a point to them. Every user of any platform that disseminates accurate information the government doesn't like can now be regulated and material taken down in the name of keeping us safe.
Now, the reason we played you that portion is so that people from every country can understand how governments like the UK and Australia went from keeping kids safe online, like the COSA legislation they're currently trying to implement in the United States, to every adult must at all times be verified in order to use the internet forever. Senator Roberts says the Australian government is even planning to attempt to enforce this onto Rumble. He also explains in that video that the e-safety commissar, as he refers to her, that person is Julie Inman Grant, who cut her teeth in Washington, D.C. and Microsoft, and says that she rejected a job offer from the CIA and, of course, is a World Economic Forum agenda contributor, has implemented loopholes to ensure that even when using maps, adults must be verified at all times. If you missed our report on Monday, we showed you the patent that was granted to Apple last year, which enables their devices to at all times verify the user by tracking their clothing, their body parts, and even their gait. Yes, the way you walk is being monitored. Bottom line, this is a social credit system coming to the internet. It's coming for every adult. It's coming for every country. This has always been the goal, and we have to reject this worldwide. Worth mentioning is that Senator Ralph Babet in Australia has successfully introduced an urgency motion, which the Senate has passed, challenging the new online safety rules for internet search engines. The motion calls for amendments to the Internet Search Engine Services Online Safety Code, specifically targeting age assurance requirements. Every country needs to take a page out of Senator Babet's book and get ahead of this before free speech is crushed worldwide.